Okay, then you go in, you have the pyloric region, okay? You have the pyloric canal. There's also the pyloric sphincter. Okay, all of these things are in the stomach area. You need to know them. I would look at some of these models too, because they're fairly useful. Okay?
Where would the cutoff for the cardiac region be?
Cardiac region, remember off the top of my head, I thought.
That's like the very beginning of it, but where would that end and become the fundus?
This region here is all the fungus,
Okay.
but the cardiac region, I thought that was straight across from, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. This top region here, who's got there? I think that is the fundus, the very top. Yeah, so the very top coming across from the esophagus, pretty much you draw a straight line. This here, this curvature at the top, this is the fundus. Okay. I don't want you guys to worry about the cardiac region at all. We'll worry about the fundus. This is pretty much the general stomach. Remember that there's also chemical and mechanical digestion occurring in here. The main things you need to know about is the rugae. You got a couple of sphincter valves in here. Okay, I would know both of them. The pyloric canal. Also, you need to know mast cell or the chief cells and parietal chief cells and what they secrete. Okay, because you're going to get asked about that. What is that fat-rich food that's delivered to your small intestines? It's chyle. Okay, and then it gets broken down to your small intestines, right? About how much is delivered from your pyloric region into your into your small intestines at a time? About 3 milliliters. That's right. Okay, all of that information is super important. Then you get into your small intestines where you start breaking down fats because you've already broken down sugars and you already broke down protein, so the only thing you got left is fats, right? So you pretty much break down your fats in the small intestines utilizing 2 enzymes that come from accessory organs, right? The first accessory organ is the liver, where you get bile. With me? The second accessory organ is right behind the stomach. That would be this, which is the pancreas, where you get your pancreatic enzymes. Where do you get bile and your pancreatic enzymes dumped into your small intestines? The duodenum or duodenum, whatever you guys want to go with, whatever you can get close enough to the spelling with, that's what you need to know. Okay? So, you guys with me? All right, so we get into the small intestines, you break down fats and you absorb everything, right? It gets into your bloodstream, and then all that you can't absorb or that you can't use, it gets all the way through your small intestines and gets into the large intestines where you reacquire water. That's about it. Okay, and then you get rid of anything that's left. Okay, that's usually lost as feces. So, for the most part, that's how you get things absorbed, but then you have to get them out of your bloodstream. Okay, that usually happens in the liver, right? You absorb high protein, quantities, and also your fats. Okay, the chyle is absorbed from the bloodstream and processed further in the liver, right? Okay, that is pretty much digestion in a nutshell. I would like for you to know some of these parts, like when you look at the liver, you've got your gallbladder, you've got a couple of ducts, you've also got, okay, there's a part on the liver they call the bare spot. It's actually discolored from the rest of the liver. It's called the bare spot because this is the part that's actually up against your diaphragm. Okay, that's why it's discolored. So it's right across the top of your liver. You've also got a round ligament and a falciform ligament that you need to know. Okay, I would like for you guys to be fairly familiar with those. Definitely have to know the gallbladder. Okay, so you guys see this right here, this discolored spot on the liver. This is what they call the bare spot. This is what comes into contact with your diaphragm, and that's why it's discolored. Okay. Also, what's this main vein that comes through the liver?
The portal, hepatic.
Okay, that's your, well, I've heard it called the hepatic portal vein or just the portal vein. You guys with me? Somewhere in here we have a vena cava too, right? Okay, so you need to know the main parts of what's circulating through your liver, okay? In here you've got arteries, you've got veins, okay? You've also got your lymphatic system in here, okay? And this, you see these, the purple veins in here? You guys probably never looked at this model before. That is actually the portal veins. It's real.
So then you can have your gallbladder, that's what they take out.
When they take out the gallbladder, they're taking out this unit right here.
So how do they get behind it?
How do they get behind it?
Yeah, like definitely.
They can lift it up.
Oh.
You're going to see when we dissect the pig that the liver is flexible. Okay? You guys with me so far? Okay, so that is the main parts of the liver. I would like for you guys to become very familiar with the liver. Okay, so please look at it. Look at the model too. Yes, ma'am.
Is the round ligament just an extension of the
It's
falciform?
it's an extension of the falciform ligament, pretty much off of the liver. That's usually linked to the umbilical cord too. That's a remnant. You guys with me? Okay, so definitely have a look at the models. Definitely look at the pancreas too. Okay. If you look at this model, what's right behind the pancreas?
The kidney.
Those are the kidneys. Okay. And those are the adrenal glands right on top of the kidneys. We're going to look at the kidneys soon. Okay. All right. Besides that, the only other thing I wanted to get into is we have tissue here. This is pretty much a section or a model describing your villi. Okay, this would be pretty much the tissue within your small intestines. This increases the surface area over here so that you can have lots more absorption, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the villi, you have microvilli. That increases the surface area even more. Okay. So this is the small intestine. This area right here is specialized just for being able to absorb. This is where you get most of your absorption. Okay, so I definitely would like for you guys to know the purpose of that. Okay, because I'm just the kind of guy to ask questions about that. Now, we also talked in lecture about removal and replacement of these cells. You know how they get lost constantly and they're replaced relatively quickly. Okay, thinking off the top of my head, it's at least 7 days. Okay, you're losing them every 7 days, 7 to 10 days, if they're being replaced. I know this because I studied cholera toxin, and if you intoxicate somebody with cholera, it lasts for about 7 to 10 days, and then it's gone. That's because all the cells that get intoxicated are gone. Okay. That's why taking an antibiotic is useless, because you turn over all those cells anyway. By the time that you clear the bacteria, it's already gone. So the antibiotics